So I just wanted to jump on here really quick before the video starts to introduce myself because I thought I was going to be putting this video into, or this clip into another video, but I recorded for too long, so I decided to make it its own video. So hi, I'm Mackenzie. Welcome to my channel. I like to post all things like books, health, wellness, lifestyle, beauty, and also I am getting married next year. So I am buying a lot of things from Sephora because I'm going to be doing my own makeup. I'll kind of describe that in the video, but I just wanted to give you a little intro so you knew who I was. I always love watching these Sephora haul videos, and the sale ends tomorrow. So I wanted to get this up for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's anything that you got with the sale. And I am excited that you're here. So I'm going to get into the video now. And I've got my absolutely massive bag. Don't ask me how much I spent because I don't know and I don't want to know. I did get the 20% off, so obviously it's justified. And I literally only buy from Sephora twice a year. The first time is this weekend, or this week I mean, and the second time is in November when they do the second Rouge sale. So I literally will only buy things if they're on sale. We're going to get started. This is not organized at all. Okay, so we're gonna start off with skincare and then we'll go into makeup. And well, that's my only two categories. I don't think I got anything for my hair this time, which is kind of shocking. So I'm gonna go over what I bought. I know that the sale ends tomorrow, so I'm gonna tell you anything that I recommend if you still have your code, because I know the sale literally ends tomorrow. So I'm gonna tell you my absolute favorite things that you can get at Sephora. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing that I'm recently obsessed with is this skincare brand, Sophie Pavitt. It's an acne skincare brand, so acne friendly, and I have recently tried her like duo. So this is the Omega Rich Moisturizer and the Mandelic Clearing Serum. So this stuff is amazing. I literally don't think I've had skin this good in literally years. If you don't know, I have been obsessed with Clear Stem for at least 5 years at this point. Probably since like 2020, 2021. And I religiously only used anything Clear Stem for skincare. And then about a year ago, a little bit less than a year ago, they reformulated some of their serums. And even though they said that they didn't change them, unfortunately, I found that my skin was getting worse when using them. I still use a lot of Clear Stem products. Specifically, I really still like their moisturizers, but a couple of their serums do tend to irritate my skin, and they're pretty expensive. They're like $100 per serum, roughly, anywhere from like 60 to 100 bucks. And I just don't think that they're worth it, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. I hate saying that. I still love Clear Stem. They're just not really agreeing with my skin recently, and I kind of like how simple Sophie Pavitt's routines are. So what I have is I got a restock of the Omega Rich Moisturizer. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And then I also have the Mandelic Clearing Serum, also amazing. I like to use this at night, not as much in the morning. In the morning, I still use the Clear Stem Hydra Glow Moisturizer just because it gives me like the best glow underneath makeup and just in general when I don't wear makeup. So I do highly recommend those. And then I also wanted to try a couple other things from her. So I did get a travel size of her cleanser for the trip that I'm about to go on in about a month, because I have tried her cleanser and it's great, and I love the Clear Stem cleanser still, but they don't have a travel size, and I wish that they would release travel size things. They're kind of starting to, but they don't have everything in travel size, so I got that to use as my face cleanser. And then I also got this at the sale. It's the Bridge to Face Blemish Defense Mist. This stuff is so cool because it's kind of like, it's cooling, so it literally is cool. I feel like it's so amazing just to spray on your face throughout the day. This is the first time I've tried it. I literally got this yesterday and I'm obsessed. I've already used it a bunch of times. Actually, let's use it right now. It's like minty, like tingly. It feels so good. It makes me feel awake. So I don't really know if it does anything, but I'm obsessed. And then I also got, she just released this. It's the Screen Time Non-Comedogenic Hydrating Sunscreen. And I got this because I still have the Clear Stem sunscreen, but it's tinted, and I just don't always want a tinted sunscreen. Sometimes I just want like no coverage. So I got this to try, and I'm very excited. And if I really like this, I might also bring this on my trip. The very last thing I got from her are these micellar cleansing pads. So I got these for travel, specifically for taking off makeup, because I always find that it's hard to remove makeup with just a cleanser, but I don't want to travel with like a massive bottle of micellar water because I usually travel with carry-on only. So it's just these, and they're like little pads that you take out of here to use to clean your face. So I essentially trust her with my life. I've tried almost everything from her now, and I really like it. That's for my face skincare. And then the only other thing is I did get a moisturizer for my body. So this is the Josie Marin Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter, and I got this in the vanilla flavor. I've recently been using the Cyclar brand, the vanilla moisturizer. They just released that at Sephora as well. However, I feel like this vanilla scent is just a little bit better. I do love the smell of vanilla, but the Josie Marin ones, I feel like nothing makes me look more shiny and just moisturized than the Josie Marin body butter. And the other thing I really like is, oh God, it smells so good. It literally smells like cake. The other thing I really like about this is they sell refills so that you don't need to continuously buy this like heavy plastic bottle. And for my trip, I actually got these cute little like sample packs because they're squishy, so they'd be super easy to throw into your bag for travel. So I got the vanilla one, and then I also have in my bathroom the topless tangerine smell, because I feel like 2 of these will be like the perfect amount for a week in the sun. And then the last thing I got skincare related was just a self-tanning mitt from Saint Tropez. I don't really know if I recommend this. I feel like I've probably used this at some point in my life, but I just needed one because my self-tanning mitt bled through, like the inside ripped. So then I had an orange heel of my hand. I don't really know if you can see it on camera, but it was not cute. So I had to get a new self-tanning mitt. And now we're gonna go into makeup. So some things are repeats, so I guess I'll go over those first. So things I've bought before. Literally my favorite mascara of all time is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I've just been using this forever, and I got a little mini version of the waterproof one, because if there's one thing about me, it's that my eyelashes will not stay curled. And I find that really the only way to get my eyelashes to stay curled is using a waterproof mascara, unfortunately. So I got this also because it's great for travel, and I really don't use mascara often, like literally maybe twice a month. So I don't need a big bottle or else it will go bad. I also got, speaking of curling your eyelashes, this is kind of a controversial one. I got the Shiseido eyelash curler, which is definitely like viral on the internet, but I kind of feel like it's not worth the hype. I don't know, I've been using it now for a couple days. I think I got this on Thursday and it's Sunday now, and I just feel like my eyelashes still go straight. So I don't really see why this one's so much better than any other eyelash curler, but I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I needed a new one anyways, so that's my new eyelash curler from Shiseido. And then also on the eyelash train, I did get the Vegamore Grow Lash Serum. So I saw this online. I've never tried anything from Vegamore, but I saw that this is a good eyelash serum that doesn't contain prostaglandins, because those are the chemicals that they'll put in them that can cause like hollowing around your eyes, and I do not want that. But I would like to kind of help my eyelashes a little bit because they're feeling a little bit shorter and sparser than I'd like. So I think if I'm just super consistent with that, hopefully over the next couple months my eyelashes will start looking better, just in time for me to tint them and perm them for my trip. So I'm excited about that. I also got the Kosas Air Brow. I literally love this stuff. I feel like it doesn't really leave a white cast on my eyebrows, which really drives me insane. I really only use a clear one because my eyebrows are already so dark, so I don't really like to use a colored eyebrow gel. So I really like this one, and I had to stock up on it. I also like that it's small. I really like small product. Let's do this. I actually ordered 2 different powders, one from Pat McGrath and one from Charlotte Tilbury maybe, online, and I ended up returning them in store because when I tried them, they just didn't really do what I wanted them to do. And I remembered, I was in the checkout line, and I remembered that I used to always use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder when I was younger. So I decided to get this mini just to see if I liked it again. I do have pretty acne prone skin, so I don't really know if this is going to break me out, but I really only need powder for like a very small amount of circumstances and for a short amount of time, like, you know, like evening, going somewhere really hot, and just for like my T-zone area, because I definitely do tend to get a little bit oily, but I also really like glowy makeup. So hopefully this isn't too powdery. But yeah, I decided to just try that because it's very cute and mini. Again, I love mini products. And then a couple of the other makeup products that I got are for a very specific purpose, and that is the fact that I am going to be doing my own wedding makeup and hair. This is something I've always known. I'm a little bit of a control freak. I've always been the friend and the person who does everyone's hair for prom and for weddings and being a wedding guest. Like, I'm the person that people just ask to do their hair and makeup. And every time I've gotten my hair done professionally, I've hated it. Like, just to be fully honest, I don't like it. I don't even like usually when I go to a hair salon and I get my hair cut or like colored and then they curl it. I usually just don't like the way that those curls turn out. So I'm trying to get ahead of things and have like my perfect makeup routine down like a year in advance of my wedding, so that way I'm not stressed leading up to it trying to try all of these different products. The reality of my life is that I really don't wear a lot of makeup. If anything, I wear like the only makeup product that I use every single day is eyebrow gel, and I'll use like an eyelash curler unless my eyelashes are permed. And then sometimes I use blush, or I'll use like that Merit complexion stick on like any blemishes or like scarring on my face. So I don't really have a lot of makeup, so I'm trying a couple different ones. I used to be really into makeup when I was younger though, so I feel like the younger version of me is like geeking out over the amount of things that I got myself. So first we'll start off with like base or like foundation and concealer. So I got two of these Kosas concealers. One of them is the Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer, and then the other one is the Revealer Extra Bright. So this one's like a color corrector for your under eyes, and then this one's like my actual skin tone. And I had to actually get this one in person because the one that I ordered online was way too dark. So I have, which these are like pretty damn close in color, honestly, but this one that's more pink is the color corrector, and then this one is like my actual skin tone for like under eyes and brightening. I'm notoriously a person who absolutely despises under eye concealer because I just feel like it always creases just with the way that my face moves. I'm going to have under eye creases. It's just an inevitable occurrence for me. So I use concealer very sparingly, but I do understand that it has a purpose, especially if you're wearing any sort of face makeup. So I decided to try these two. So far, so good, but obviously it's only been a couple days. And I guess if you're interested, my color correcting color is in the shade Illusion, I think. And then the actual color for my under eyes is 4N, so like a neutral undertone. And then for actual foundation, I decided to try this new viral foundation by Mary Phillips, and it's the Le Skin Weightless Serum Foundation. So I love the idea of like a skincare weightless serum type foundation. I am not a full coverage girl. I don't really like foundation on my face. I just don't. I've never really liked the look of it. The only time I ever really wore it was for like growing up dancing, so like on stage. But in like the real world, real life, I don't like this. If anything, I'll use like a tinted sunscreen. That's about it. So I decided to try this because I heard that it really sits like your real skin. The color that I got was 80 olive, and it's the light color because I definitely tend to have a slightly more olivey undertone even though I'm fairly pale without a tan. So I figured this would be worth a shot. This is pretty close to my like natural face color, and I think you could like warm it up a little bit with some bronzer, but I think that this will be kind of fun to experiment with. Maybe I'll bring this with me on my trip, but I feel like this bottle's kind of large and I'd rather have good skincare. But this is a fun thing to start using. I only have one other foundation. I literally don't think I've ever used it, so I need to just figure out what foundations photograph really well on me and just go with the vibe of the makeup that I want for my wedding. Next for face, I did get a little Rhode pocket blush. They were pretty much sold out in all the colors. The one I ended up with is Sprinkle, so it's this really pretty like mauve-y pink. So I don't know, I really like this color. I don't really have a blush that's similar to this color. I find these to be extremely pigmented, a lot more pigmented than I was expecting it to be, but this is just such a gorgeous pink. So I mean, I like it so far. I was nervous this was gonna break me out, but I don't have any pimples so far, so fingers crossed. I love a cream blush. Like, cream products are my jam. So speaking of cream products, I do have this Makeup by Mario eyeshadow, Master Matte's Long Wear Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Chestnut. This is just such a good, cool brown shade of eyeshadow. I feel like this just kind of like makes your eyes look a little bit darker without being like, oh, she's wearing eyeshadow, which is kind of my favorite vibe. I got this recommendation from Paige Lorenz. I'm sure you know her. She posted her Sephora Sale Haul last weekend, and she said that she really likes these. And I feel like this is a cool formula to try out for wedding makeup because I think this stuff will literally stay on no matter what you're doing. Also for face, I have two more things, and they're these Hourglass minis. I got the mini because I just wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. Again, I love a mini because I don't really wear a lot of makeup. So the first one I got, this is the Ambient Lighting Blush, and this is in Luminous Flush. I had such a hard time choosing the right shade, but this one is just, can you see? Yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's like goldy, corally pink, and it's significantly more pigmented than you'd think just from looking at it. And I just love that these are a powder, so they'll set your blush. However, they also look super radiant. So I just love that. Like, I just like to look like a grease ball, honestly. It's crazy. I think younger me would have been super shocked that I like to look shiny now because I was definitely the queen of those oil blotting sheets. These just look so beautiful and natural. And then I also got a little bronzer because I actually don't own one bronzer. So this is now the only bronzer that I own. And this is in Diffused Bronze Light. I think this is the medium, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the medium skin tone bronzer, and it's just beautiful. Like, it just adds like a slight amount of depth to your face without being like chiseled contour. I'm definitely not a contour girl. Although I did find when I was doing my makeup, I could use this Makeup by Mario eyeshadow and kind of like bring it down my nose for a little bit of a nose contour. But yeah, that's those. And then we only have a couple more things. So the first one is I did get these Tarte Go With The Faux, like a freckle pen. I think fake freckles are really cute. I don't really like to wear them a lot. I did get this in the shade light medium. This is one of those ones that has like a 5-prong. Yeah, so it has like the 5 prongs. So then when you press, it has like 5 little polka dots on your face. So it looks a little bit more natural than like an individual freckle pen. In the past, I've used the Freck one, which also is from Sephora, and I like that one too. It's just like a liquid, so I just thought I would give this one a shot. I like that this one's a powder. It's easier to travel with, so that's a fun little thing that I got. And then lastly, for my lips, I surprisingly only got one lip product, and I was not going to get this, but then my mom actually convinced me. And this is the Kosas Lip Plump. Oh no, Lip Pulse, which is a sick name, by the way. I just got the clear one. Also, this is like the coolest packaging, but this is Lip Plumper, and they say it's supposed to make it look like you just got fresh lip filler, which I don't get. So I thought that would be kind of fun, and I pretty much always get a lip product on the Sephora sale, so this happened to be my one. It's like a rite of passage. Then I did get a couple brushes. So I think the ultimate hack for the Sephora sale is to buy the Sephora brand brushes on sale because they are 30% off during their sales. So I think it's a really great deal, and their brushes are just as good as professional or like name branded brushes. So I already have a pretty good collection of like basic brushes, but I did get these two. This one is just the crease. It's the Pro Crease 19. I just think everybody needs a crease brush. And then I did also get this. It's the Sephora 57 concealer brush. So it's pretty much like a bigger crease brush. Geez, I can't talk, but it's just a bigger crease brush, but I use this for under eye concealer just because I got those concealers. Typically, I like to blend products with my hands just because they're warm, but sometimes you don't want to use your hands, so I figured I should have a brush for that. And then I also got, I haven't unboxed this yet, but I got the Sephora 70 Pro foundation brush. So I already have like the mini version of this, I think the 50, which I use for powdered blush, but this one is just a little bit bigger. And I thought this would be really good for, come on, yeah. I thought this would be really good for my foundation that I got because I don't have any other brush to apply it, and I probably shouldn't be applying foundation with my hands. So I figured this would be a good brush just to have in my collection, and I know I like the mini version. Lastly, I did want to try a setting spray for my face, but like I said, I have really sensitive skin. So I got this, is it the City Set lightweight setting spray. I got the mini version. Again, I always get the minis, and I really like it so far. I have no idea if it makes your makeup last longer, but it has better ingredients than some of the other ones, and it feels really nice. The sprayer is really good. I like when it's like a fine mist and it's not like shooting spray at your face. So I just thought this would be kind of like a good thing to have, especially for like travel and like when it gets hot out and wearing makeup and all of that. So I wanted to try this. And then lastly, I did redeem a couple of my points, 200 of my Sephora points. One of them is for a mini Rare Beauty body wash. If there's ever a mini like points version of a body wash, shampoo, or conditioner, I pretty much will get it because I'm not super attached to like what conditioner or shampoo I used, but I do know that some hotels brands like literally suck. So I'll usually bring like a really mini version of this. So like this will be really good for like a weekend, but I figured that'd be worth 100 points. And then I also got this Clean Reserve scent. I used to be absolutely obsessed with the Clean, I think it's like warm cotton scent. It literally smells like clean laundry, but this one is the Caramel Swirl, which I'd never heard of. And it comes in this cute little roller ball. So like the top is a roller ball, which I think this is amazing for travel. I have had perfumes leak in my bags and it really does. It smells super good. I would say it's more like late summer into fall and winter type of scent. It's like a little bit warmer, but I always like a good like travel perfume. I don't really wear perfume on the daily. I'll usually just wear it when I'm like going out or traveling. And then lastly, I got one other perfume. I'm obsessed with Jo Malone ever since I went to London last year and I got the limited edition Raspberry Ripple, which by the way smells so good. It's so good. But I wanted to get another little one, and this is technically a cologne, and it's the Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. This one is just so amazing. It just smells so clean. I feel like a man could wear this too. I think this would be good for when I'm traveling for me or Logan to use. I love a unisex scent, and I just thought this was a cute little bottle because they're definitely very expensive, Jo Malone. So you have to really love a scent to get a big one. And like I said, I don't really use perfume enough to like justify a big one. Okay, I think I've gone over everything. I've got an absolute mess right here now. And the last thing I want to talk about is just my like top recommendations. I'm gonna pull up my past Sephora orders so that I can make sure that I'm telling you the exact right name of things. But this is what I would order if I didn't have it on the Sephora sale. And these are the things that I will constantly restock, and I will sometimes actually buy for full price because I just need them in my repertoire. So the first one, I've got two right here already. The first one is an MEJ clip. If you watched my 2025 favorites, you'll know that I talked about these. I have at least 6 of these clips in different colors, and they now are stocked at Sephora, which is so cool. This is probably my most used one, this cream. I just feel like it goes with like everything that I wear. They also have a really pretty blue one, and they have mini ones with like bows on the side. These clips are just awesome. They feel really sturdy, and I have used this one a lot. You can tell it's like barely stretched out on this bottom. I will literally wear this for 12 hours at a time, like 5 days in a row. So like these clips get their use, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I highly recommend getting them while they're on sale. And then the next thing, this seems extremely overpriced, but I bought this during the last Sephora sale, and let me tell you, it's amazing. This is the Crown Affair hair towel. So as you can see, it's the Crown Affair one. So the reason why I'm telling you this is worth it, I did not know it was worth it until it was in the wash, and I had to use one of my old like hair turbans. And when I took my hair out of that hair turban, my hair was still dripping wet. When I use this and I take it out, my hair is like borderline already like halfway dry. Like it's insane how fast this dries your hair without having to use heat. So I feel like you're gonna have less heat damage. It's microfiber, so it's not gonna cause breakage in your hair. I'm currently on a hair growing journey, so like this is literally so good that I need to now pack it with me when I'm traveling because I can't use a freaking hotel hair towel or any other hair turban after I've used this. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend this. And then the next thing I recommend is my absolute favorite deodorant, and that's the Kosas Chemistry AHA Serum Deodorant. I've got this on my phone. This stuff, I've tried all 3 of the scents. They're all great. And it's a $20 deodorant, so get it while it's on sale. It's ridiculous. I can't believe deodorant's that expensive. But this is the only non-toxic deodorant that I've used that actually like makes me not smell bad. It still only works for like 12 hours. So you have to shower at least once a day, which I hope you do anyways. But it does work. And I feel like this is the one that I can just trust, even if I'm gonna be really sweaty or hot or doing a workout. No, it's not gonna stop you from sweating like at all, but you shouldn't stop yourself from sweating because that's how your body's able to detox. So if you're in the market for a good non-toxic deodorant, I highly recommend that Kosas one. And then some of these were in my 2025 favorites, so I do recommend going back and watching that video. The next thing I recommend getting, these are definitely like very trendy, but I 100% recommend. I think it's my favorite lip balm, but it's this Edam, E-A-D-E-M, Le Chouchou exfoliating and softening peptide lip balm. I honestly love it in the clear color, the butter mochi, because I don't really like a colored lip gloss unless it's like super light pink. They do now have a couple like lighter shimmery colors, so Chateau Rose and then Sakura Shave Ice, which is like a milky translucent pink. That one sold out online though. But I'm like absolutely obsessed with these. They go on so smooth. The packaging is amazing. There's a metal applicator tip, so it's like cooling. They last a long time and they're not super sticky. I mean, your hair is gonna stick to it like every other lip product ever, but I highly, highly recommend those lip balms if you're in the market for one. They are trendy for a reason. Lastly, I do think that this is 100% worth the hype, and it's the K18 Biomimetic dry shampoo. Oh no, it's just K18 Air Wash dry shampoo. I've only ever bought the mini. I didn't even know that they had a bigger bottle, honestly, but this stuff is amazing. You literally need 2 sprays. Like, I think if anybody doesn't like this, it's because they're doing too many sprays, but it makes your hair look and feel clean, especially if you like spray it and then immediately start rubbing your head and like brushing it through. It will leave a little bit of a white cast if you don't rub it in, but that's why you want to start with like a very minimal amount of spray. But I feel like it just makes my hair last a little bit longer, and I have greasy hair. I've literally tried every single dry shampoo out there, and this is by far my favorite. This one, and before this it was the Crown Affair one, but that packaging with like the brush is just kind of annoying. So this one is amazing. It's like a liquid. I don't know, it just makes my hair look and feel very clean, and I definitely have it in right now because I'm the type of person where my hair will literally get greasy within like 12 hours of washing it, so you should trust me on that. I mean, honorable mentions are going to be anything Crown Affair. Crown Affair has definitely become one of my favorite hair care brands. I love their leave-in repair treatment. I like that one better than the overnight repair serum. I feel like that one's a little bit like boring, or like doesn't really do a ton, but I do highly, highly recommend Crown Affair. And then I'm just looking to see if I have anything else. Like I said, any Sephora brush really ever. Maybe the very last thing is going to be a Makeup Forever lip liner or eyeliner. I use these quite often. My favorite one is the iconic shade in Wherever Walnut. I have that on right now actually, and I just feel like it contours my lips and just puts a little bit of definition without being like really obviously me wearing lip liner. I don't like when my lips are much different in color from what they are naturally, if that makes sense. But within the past year, I've started wearing lip liner. I literally never wore it before then, and I can't believe how much of a game changer it is for your face. So I do highly recommend those Makeup Forever ones. And also like honorable mention to the Wonder Skin ones. You like paint them on and they're blue, and then you like wipe them off and they're like the stain lip liner. Those are amazing. However, I don't listen to the instructions, and I literally will only leave them on for like 2 minutes, and then I'll wipe them off with like a wet cotton pad or towel. And I find that that gives like the perfect shape to my lips. I just don't like having them on for very long because I just feel like they're like too pigmented. And I do notice that when I use those and if I go out in the sun, it makes my lips like more prone to sunburn. So if you're sensitive to that, just wear like a sunscreen lip balm over it. I really think that that might be it. I love the Say like cream blushes. Those are amazing, especially in the shade Spicy. It just looks like a sunburn. That's probably one of my favorite cream blushes that I'll use very often with that 50 Sephora technically foundation brush. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So that is it for my Sephora haul and my Sephora recommendations. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you have your code, I highly recommend picking up some of these products before Sephora sale ends tomorrow, which is April 20th, Monday. So highly recommend. Thanks for watching. That was a very fun Sephora haul,